Hello everybody, Mr. Parrot here for your video for Monday, August 31st, 2020. And here's what we got going on today. First off, you're going to be starting off with your bell ringer. Might have a different icon next to it. I'm trying out a different function on Schoology, but the question's still there. It should still show you the correct answer afterwards when you go through it. So answer that bell ringer. Second thing up for today, you're going to be taking a pre-quiz over cells, because cells is going to be the topic that we're going to start on tomorrow. So I figured, since we're wrapping up scientific method today, that we'll go ahead and do a little pre-quiz before we even talk anything about cells whatsoever. So what you'll find is that on Schoology itself, let me just minimize the screen here, and go to here. You'll see that for today, Monday, August 31st. Bell ringer's up there, but then you have a pre-test over the cells unit. You can call it a pre-quiz, pre-test, whatever you want to call it there. It's going to give you 20 random questions out of our cell unit, and you just try your best to answer them to the best of your abilities. You've done pre-quizzes in the past, so you should be used to things like this. And that's what we're doing. Very first off, that should probably take maybe 5, if most 10 minutes, because really for a pre-quiz, you either know it or you don't. You have to answer everything still, so click an answer for each one, but that is what you're going to be doing for the pre-quiz there. Then we got our create your own lab, and we're going to share stuff out with each other today. Those of you quarantining, I didn't add you to this list. All you got to make sure that you do is add your name on there. If you are present with us or you're absent, you'll find your name still in there that you can go through and add yourself in when you can. Actually, those of you still quarantining, I'm going to add you to the list. So this will go for on the fly editing here. Retract. Create your own lab. You're still going to be responsible for sharing everything out. It just might be a day or two before you get yours there, depending on how quickly you're putting it up there. You might have to wait until tomorrow before you see everybody else's. Because it just depends on what hour you are on and when in the day that you are getting this video response. So I'm going to show you how you're going to do that. When we're looking at each other's creating your own lab slideshow, you're going to add a praise and a question for each one of the slideshows as you're going through it. At least one. Maybe more, if you can think of more to go through there. But at least one for each one. And then with the time that we have remaining, feel free to look at some of the others that your classmates have done to put their hard work into for some of these labs. So let's look at what we got for Monday the 31st here. You'll see that there is multiple links. It'll start always with my name, so Parrot, and then it'll be first hour, second hour, third hour, fifth hour, seventh hour, eighth hour. Your name is going to be somewhere on that document, whether you are in class that day or out of class. So look for your name. I'm going to bring up fifth hour right now just because I have not entered names, so it'll come up all blank. Your name is going to be before the highlighted area. So in your cases, everything's going to be filled out already for you. So you just got to find your name. In the highlighted section, you need to post your link to your slideshow. How you do that, there are directions at the top of this page of how you can go about doing that on the iPad. I could show you on Slides, the website version, but that's not going to do you any good. So you're going to have to read through the directions there to kind of follow along with it. It's kind of easy. You just go to the triple dots in the corner. It's in the upper right-hand corner. You hit share and export. You turn on the link sharing button first, and then it's going to give you a link. You're going to copy that link in its entirety and post it in your right next to your group name. Then when you see everybody else's pop up, you can click on them, open them, and it's going to be like a little virtual kind of walkthrough of their experiment. And as you're going along, you're going to give a comment for both one, a praise about what you think they did really good in their presentation. You know, if you think about what we did the other day with the improv people, you're giving props to them, so give them some praise. And 2, come up with a thoughtful question about their slides. Make sure that's thoughtful. Don't maybe be like, oh, you know, why did you choose this instead of that? I be a little bit more thoughtful with it, put a little thought into it. Did you ever think about considering what would happen for this? You got to go through everybody's on your group member slide. Some of you will have 3 people to go to because there's groups of 4. Some of you will have an extra person to go through just because of how it worked. We weren't going to have like groups of 2 or groups of 3, so some of you might have a little bit extra one to go through. But you're giving them a comment and then a question. They can respond back to your question. So there are going to be time at the end of the hour, we're hoping that you can respond back to them so that you can get feedback off of your questions that you're asking. But this is in substitute of being in class and sharing out and having everybody go up to the front. Because remember, usually this was a group project that we're making individual. So this is our way of individually presenting to different people while still being safe and distance and still being able to give constructive feedback and thoughtful questions and giving people props and praise with it. So that's what you're going to do for Monday. There is no homework, so once you're finished and you've done all 3 of those things that looked at 3 other people's, there should be plenty of time left in class. Free for you to look at others in class. If everybody gets done and everybody seems to be kind of happening in class, we're probably going to play a little big game on themselves just to have something to do in class. But it should go pretty much up to the bell today for that. Remember, if you have any questions at all as you're watching these videos, do not hesitate to email me. I will be ready, willing, and able to answer any of those questions. And always remember, bloop, my email address right above there. You should see this smiling face popping up right next to you on that little picture there. Always don't be hesitant to email things out. So without further ado, I'm going to end this video because it's getting about 7 minutes here, it looks like. So I will see you hopefully in the future. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and always remember, it's a great day to be a junior Potter. Let's do that last line again. I kind of went out a little bit. It's a great day to be a junior Potter.